What is going on, everybody? I'm back at you with another video. Today we're going to go over the markets just real briefly, and then I'm going to jump into the Binance news that everybody's been kind of dying to hear about. And I think it's really good news what Binance is, how they've handled this whole, attempted hacking situation and all the stuff that went on last week. And then, what their plans are for the future. I think it's going to be really cool, and they're going to be able to embed a lot of security protocols in what they're building now. So the market right now, we're sitting at 373 billion. We've been pretty stagnant. When Bitcoin rises, the other coins seem to depreciate in value a bit. So it seems like there's not a lot of new money coming in. It seems like it's a lot of just changing hands. So that's one thing to be aware of, especially if you're a part of the profit trailer and that community that follows my videos and my content. I'm going to be releasing a video over the next day or two that is going over kind of Ethereum and USDT trading pairs, because one thing we need to note when we're trading in Profit Trailer and PT Feeder is you're dealing with a bunch of different variables, especially if you're using an Ethereum or a Bitcoin trading pair. Those are independently valued currencies, and when you're purchasing other coins using those coins, you have a ton of different variables to look at, right? So that's something that, a lot of people bring up. Okay, well then we should be using Tether. Well, Tether has a lot of that negative FUD around it, surrounding it still. I haven't really been keeping up on that too much, but just be aware that that's a video that I'll be releasing over the next couple days. I guess we'll just jump right into the Binance news. So basically, Binance announced this morning that it's launching a public blockchain to facilitate the creation of a new decentralized exchange. And we've kind of known this was coming for a while, but this is, in my opinion, this is really good timing, especially after everything that happened last week with, the hack and the Viacoin sort of scandal. So this is good. Basically, their coin right now, the Binance coin, is an ERC20 token. So it's unclear how they're going to be, doing a token swap or whatever for this new decentralized exchange coin that they're going to be using. But this is going to be really cool because, the decentralized exchanges, a lot of people have been hinting that 2018 is the year of decentralized exchanges. So this is awesome for all of us Binance users because this is one of the biggest, most liquid exchanges. And they're kind of spearheading and leading the charge in creating this decentralized exchange. And you're already getting all the benefits of using, Binance. And then a ton of new customers are going to be going to this sort of decentralized platform that they're building in unison. And this centralized exchange isn't going away. I think they're just going to somehow implement this. They even say it down here, centralized and decentralized exchanges will coexist in the near future, complementing each other while also having interdependence. So I think this is going to be really cool. They're going to be able to definitely lay the groundwork for some really important security protocols as well. I'm sure that, something like that happened last week it's definitely possible to happen again. But that's one of the problems with the centralized exchange is when someone gets access to, a ton of different API keys, or if they hack the exchange itself, a lot of things can go wrong, and a hacker can get access to hundreds of millions of dollars floating around in Binance or any exchange for that matter, whether it's Binance or Coinbase or Bittrex or Poloniex, whatever it is. So having a decentralized exchange for peer-to-peer sort of transactions is going to be really awesome. And another thing that I really wanted to touch on is the news comes a day after Binance announced a bounty program to track down the attackers who recently attempted to steal funds from the exchange's users. So Binance is allocating $250,000 worth of BNB token for the first person who shares information leading to the arrest of the attackers. So that's a really cool way to handle that. No other exchange, to my knowledge, has done that. And I think that's cool because it shows that, they're taking this very seriously. It gives the community benefit to go out and, shoot down these guys who are, who are trying to take advantage of all of us, especially on one of the world's biggest exchanges, or maybe the world's biggest exchange. So they're definitely not having that, and I think that's cool. So hopefully somebody does find these guys and take them down. Another thing, a lot of FUD that's going around, and a lot of people think that it's going to cause Bitcoin to continue to further decrease, is the whole Mt. Gox stuff. And they sold, hundreds of millions of dollars of Bitcoin. And, in my opinion, that happened already. Like we shouldn't be worrying about that. That already happened. That's probably what led to this decrease to $6,000. And the nice thing is we see a lot of people who saw this $6,000 mark and said, it's too cheap for a Bitcoin. And that's where the buyers are. And right now the free market is showing that it's at about $9,300 a coin. So, in my opinion, the FUD, the Mt. Gox FUD is it's in the past. There are buyers for Bitcoin, and that doesn't mean it's not possible that it can continue to decrease in value. But I'm looking at it in a different scale. So I look at Bitcoin, and at the start of 2017, we were sitting at about $1,000 for a Bitcoin. So if you look at it, we're at almost a 10x return from the start of 2017. And that's why I'm not so nervous. I'm not worried about it, because you look at the gains and everybody's like, oh, we're in this deep, deep bear market. Well, I don't necessarily think we're in some deep, super dark place in the crypto world. I think we grew to 800 billion in market cap, and we needed a correction. That kind of growth just can't sustain itself. And when grandma and grandpa are getting into Bitcoin, and not fully understanding what this market is and how this cryptocurrency market is really here to stay for the long term, and how it's going to change the global economies. I think it was due for a correction, and I don't think this is some deep bear market that we're going to be in for years and years to come. I think in 2008 with the stock market and that crisis, that was on some deep, deep level in all sorts of the economy, right? Like the banking systems were just handing out junk bonds, and it was awful. Now with the crypto markets, it's so young and new, and we had that explosive growth, but we're gonna see that explosive growth again. And especially when it becomes more mainstream. So I'm excited about that. There's a lot of coins here that I think are just gonna be 2, 3, 4x by the end of the year. So I'm not worried. I think we just have to grit our teeth and get through this, and we should be fine. But a lot of good news coming out, especially with the decentralized exchanges. This is going to be cool. Binance seems to be locked down and safe, and they're aware of the security issues and they're handling it properly. People are using China FUD again, and Binance is located in China first and foremost. VeChain is in China, and they're soaking up tons and tons of deals with all of these major Chinese companies, multi-billion-dollar companies. This stuff is here to stay. This stuff is not going away overnight. There are going to be growing pains, but the China FUD saying China's trying to ban it all. No, they're not. Like, these big, major, multi-billion-dollar corporations have a lot of power over in China too, and they're making deals with these crypto companies. And these crypto companies aren't all just brand new companies that are popping up from ICO just right now. A lot of these companies have pivoted from traditional business models into the crypto world, and then some of them have started this crypto journey years and years ago. So, and they're aware of all of the regulation and the growing pains. And that's why, when I start seeing, hundreds of these crypto companies going out of business, and you start to see this cryptocurrency number from 1560 to start to drop to like 1,000, or it drops significantly, and a ton of market cap is getting wiped out again and again and over, and like we're seeing real bleeding, then maybe I'll start to worry about the crypto markets as a whole. But a lot of these companies are just gritting their teeth, getting through this situation that we're in right now, and they'll come out on top. They just will. And the cream rises to the top. The best coins will last. The best companies, the best executive teams behind these coins will last. And if you haven't checked out one of my other videos, I go into the coin economics of why a coin actually has value. And so I think if you look at those, if you really dig deep into why a coin should provide you as an investor value, then you'll come out on top, because this is not investing in the stock market. This is not investing in a stock. You're not getting rights to the company. You're investing in a coin, or a utility token, right? So for that reason, you definitely have to do your due diligence and have to understand the markets and not just spray and pray and buy a bunch of coins and you have no idea why it should return you value. So I'll probably be doing another update video to that in the future. I'm going to be launching that profit trailer update. I'm going to give you guys some USDT or Ethereum settings if you want to use them that way. But yeah, if you guys got some value from this video, I know it wasn't super valuable. I just kind of wanted to give a market update. But if you found some value, please hit the thumbs up button. I really appreciate that. Leave a comment with some content you want me to create in the future. I always appreciate seeing that in the comments below as well. And subscribe to the channel if you want to see some more. So with that said, all the links are in the description for anything you might need. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take it easy.